Historically, Fiat Chrysler hasn't been all that interested in making electric vehicles. The late Sergio Marchionne, chairman and CEO of both FCA and Ferrari, and chairman of Maserati, was a vocal skeptic when it came to electric vehicles. Even when Fiat began production of the Fiat 500e in 2012, a car that it had to produce in order to ensure compliance with zero-emission vehicle mandates in the states of California and Oregon, well, Marchionne begged customers not to buy it, stating that the company lost $20,000 every time one left a dealer lot. In the last year or two, FCA has softened its attitude towards electric vehicles, promising a slew of new electrified models, including 10 plug-in hybrid Jeep models globally and 4 battery electric Jeep models by 2022, as well as a brand new Fiat 500e, which it said earlier this year will debut at the 2020 Geneva Motor Show. It's even hinted, more recently, that its Dodge muscle cars will eventually get an electric option. Today, we saw the latest play along that roadmap, with FCA announcing that its Mirafiori plant will receive a €700 million investment in order to ready the facility to produce the aforementioned next-generation Fiat 500e. In total, around 1,200 people will be assigned to produce the new electric Fiat, with FCA targeting an annual production rate of 80,000 all-electric Fiat 500s once production is up to speed. That's certainly more than the compliance car that is the current Fiat 500e. But it got us thinking, what will the next generation Fiat 500e need in order to sell in both Europe and North America? Let's start by looking at what the current Fiat 500e offers. Despite being a compliance car, the current Fiat 500e, it's changed very little since its launch, isn't half bad. It gives a sporty ride, has decent acceleration, and because it was initially sold on stupidly low lease deals in order to ensure Fiat met its ZEV mandates, is now available on the used car market for as little as $7,000. While it is technically only available in certain US states, used Fiat's 500e examples can now be seen in several countries around the world, including Norway, where there's a burgeoning, healthy grey market import demand for off-lease US Fiat 500es. But many people view it as a fairly impractical car to own, not because of its small size, it's a city car after all, but because of its limited range. It has a 24 kilowatt-hour battery pack that is liquid-cooled, giving it a small advantage over the original Nissan Leaf, but which only manages an EPA-rated range of 135 kilometers per charge. There's a 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger, which means empty to full takes about 4 hours using a dedicated charging station. But it offers no rapid charging capabilities, which, to be frank, is the vehicle's biggest Achilles heel. So what about this new model then? Well, in order to be taken seriously today, I think the next generation Fiat 500e is going to have to offer both rapid charging and a substantially larger battery pack. Given its physical size, it's never going to have a monster battery pack which, unless it gets larger, could cause problems. The recently announced Mini Cooper SE, which I should note kinda sorta fits into the same kind of market as the Fiat 500e, will offer a range of at least 235 kilometers per charge from its 32.6 kilowatt-hour battery pack. That kind of capacity should be more than possible in the Fiat 500e, especially if we assume that the new model will be of a similar size to the current one and we take into account the massive improvements in battery energy density since that model launched. In fact, I think that 45 to 50 kilowatt hours should technically be possible using today's very latest battery cell chemistry. But I'm doubtful that will happen, as FCA seems to be aiming this car at more budget-conscious buyers. At this year's Geneva Motor Show, FCA unveiled the Fiat 120, an all-electric concept car that previews a potential new Fiat Panda. That's larger than the Fiat 500, but it did offer some interesting features, including a modular battery pack that offered a minimum range of 100 kilometers per charge, which could then be supplemented with additional slide-in battery packs for longer distance trips. If something like that were offered for the new Fiat 500e, then FCA would certainly have a fantastic, unique selling point. But if I'm honest, I don't believe something this flexible will make it into a car that's due to enter production in less than a year's time. Instead, if I had to guess, I'm going to suggest a real-world range of around 220 to 250 kilometres would need to be the starting point, with a sticker price in the low €30,000 mark with taxes, so a US price nearer to the mid to high 20s pre-tax and incentives. Will that price be enough? Maybe not. I'd suggest a price that's a few $1,000s lower than the ones I've just pitched will probably be needed by Fiat to gain any attention in the plug-in marketplace, especially with cars like the next generation Volkswagen e-Up in Europe and the Volkswagen ID hitting the market in the next few months. I'm hopeful too that Fiat will not be playing the range game that so many automakers have been pulled into, since it ultimately ends pushing up the price. For a city dweller who wants just a regular car, the Fiat 500e is a great choice today, as long as they have a long-distance solution for long-distance travel. And I'm hoping its replacement replicates that with a truly affordable price and mid-range rather than long-range capabilities. So what do you think? What do you hope for this new version of Fiat's plug-in city car? And how much would you pay for it? That's it. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you liked it or didn't like it below. Scribble a comment, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next episode. And if you'd like to help us make more of these videos, please do, if you can, consider spending $1 or $2 our way every month through Patreon, buy us a coffee on Ko-fi, or buy some of our merch through our merch store. And thanks to 45 Drives who sent us this cool t-shirt and keep our servers rocking. I'll be back soon with another episode, but until then, keep evolving.